All right, so I am back with Buffalo by the Slice. Today, we are right near the Buffalo Bills Stadium. Actually, it's right over there. And for 10 days out of the year, this place is jam-packed with everybody. So, what we're here to do, we're gonna try out Pino's Pizza, which is right there. And of course, I'm not doing it alone. No. I got my friends here with me. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
I'm Aaron.
We got Aaron and Amanda.
Are you Amanda? You're Amanda.
No, I think you're Amanda. You're Amanda.
I'm a man. Duh.
Yeah, you're Amanda. Let's go. Oh, please see at the bar. So technically, this is actually part of the bar, I guess. How you doing? Just to pick up a couple of slices? Yep. Okay. All right, so while we're waiting for the pizza, let's go right down the street to Highmark Stadium, home of the Buffalo Bills. And across the street is where they're going to build the new stadium. Get the drone up in the air. O'Neill's Pizza, featuring pizza by Pino. Camera.
Oh, it's Pino.
Yeah, no, it's O'Neill's Pizza.
Oh, O'Neill's.
Featuring pizza by Pino. So I don't know who Pino is, but
all right, Pino.
Hopefully Pino will be pretty good.
Pino, you got a pretty high bar to pass there. We'll see on your pizza. You got a pretty high bar.
So obviously we're just outside the stadium, enjoying some pizza. What's more Buffalo than tailgating? I gotta say, awesome car. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, just to put this in perspective, we were here sitting, eating our pizza. We even rated the pizza. But it didn't record you. You didn't record.
Are we recording now?
We're recording now. Yeah. There's the little light.
Let's just do the review. We just had the pizza.
Yeah. So that's what we had some good conversation while we were eating, and I wish some of that would have made it in. Yeah. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. So at least you were able to see the new stadium being built, the old stadium, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so we'll just get right into our thoughts on the pizza, and you know what? Let's go. All right, so first thing is the appearance. And ladies first, what'd you think?
I was not impressed with the appearance. I thought it looked like it had sat out for a while. It wasn't fresh out of the oven. The cheese looked like it had hardened and crisped up around the edge of the crust. Yeah, I wasn't impressed. I would rate it 2.8.
Same for me. You could tell. I don't know if it sat. It definitely wasn't fresh out of the oven. Who knows whether it was under a heat lamp or just sitting on the top of the oven. But it was, and it wasn't good looking. Like, it wasn't fresh and gooey cheese, or it was just a piece of pizza that looked like it had been sitting out. For sure.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was sitting out too long, and that's kind of the point too. Is like, what happens when we just go in? We don't tell anybody we're coming. We just grab some pizza, see what it's like grabbing a slice of pizza. So this is a good experience for that because it was definitely sitting out for a while. You could see just by the look of it, by the cheese, it kind of got a little more yellowish, definitely harder. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2.8 also on that. All right, next one is the crust. You don't eat the crust, so no problem. What'd you think on the crust?
Nothing stood out to me. And pizza is pizza. It's delicious either way. But normally something stands out to me in a pizza. Either, and it might be something small. Oh, this cheese might not be the best cheese, but it's gooey. Or, oh, this crust is either, fluffy or baked too much or flat, but this pizza all around, it was nothing stood out at all. It was it was unexciting.
So what would you give it?
I give it a 2.5.
Okay. For the crust itself, yeah, it was pretty bland. It was just the pizza crust. I mean, you could probably make it into a couple other things as well too. So it probably might not just have been just a pizza crust. But with that being said, it was very doughy too. That was probably the thing that stuck out the most was the dough. It was a little harder to chew. Again, sitting out for a while, it's going to kind of harden up a little bit. So that would explain that part. Yeah, I give it definitely probably 2.5 also. All right, next thing, the sauce. What did you think about the sauce?
Nothing special about the sauce. It didn't have a lot of flavor. It was very mild. I guess good if you're not looking for anything with a ton of herbal flavor to it. It wasn't really even sweet. I guess it was just middle of the road sauce. I would rate it at maybe like a 3.
Okay. Same again. It nothing stood out. Normally, even with the sauce, I would say, "Oh, I could taste the spices," or "This is more chunky than I prefer," or something. This nothing even stood out. It was just a sauce.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was definitely a very boring sauce. Again, bland.
Good word, yeah, boring.
And you put a little bit of spice or something into it, bring it to life. You could definitely have something that would be better. This was just like open up a can, slap it in, and there you go. At least in my opinion. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5 on the sauce. All right, next is the cheese. And cheese can make or break a pizza. So if you got bad cheese, it's overall going to be bad. But if you get good cheese, it could definitely take a bad pizza and make it better. What are your thoughts, Amanda?
This cheese was not great. I'm a big cheese connoisseur, and it was not fresh. It was rubbery. It was chewy. It definitely was sitting out. I think parts of it had been overcooked. Like I said, the brown around the edges of the crust. Yeah, it wasn't like stringy and stretchy and all that good gooey stuff. So I would rate it at 2.5.
Okay. What do you think,
Absolutely dried out. Not gooey, dried out, just, and it gets like a wax like chunky, not good. No good on the cheese.
All right, so what would you rate it though?
The cheese was old and old. I would give it a 2.45. 2.5 cheese. Okay.
I'm going to give it also a 2.5 when it came down to it because, yeah, it was definitely sitting out too long. And it was like that waxier texture. It had like the waxy grease texture to it. It was like, this is a little off. And it didn't have a good taste. Like there wasn't anything, again, it was very boring and bland. There was no seasoning there. It wasn't even like salty or anything on that particular cheese. So yeah, it's going to just be another solid 2.5 there. All right, the next one's the toppings. So pepperoni, what'd you think?
I wasn't impressed with the pepperoni either. It did have a funny aftertaste to it in the back of the mouth, so I didn't think the pepperoni had flavor or spice. It wasn't like crispy on like the edges. It just seemed not good quality pepperoni.
So what would you rate it?
Like a 2.2.
I'm middle of the road on this one, 2.5. But I had one pepperoni, didn't care for it, picked the rest of them off. Yeah. It was just boring. It's the best word to describe it.
Yeah, it was the same thing. 2.5 again. And basically, it comes down to it was lackluster.
Yeah.
It just really, it it's a pizza, but
Yep.
it was still lackluster. So pepperoni, same thing. Combine it all together, you know, it was lackluster overall. So I'm going 2.5. All right. So last thing, overall, look, taste, experience of it. What do you think?
I would say 2.5 overall.
Okay. Anything to add to, or no, or just solid 2.5?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I would recommend per se, as far as I wouldn't recommend this pizzeria if you're looking for a really good slice.
Mm-hmm. All right, Aaron, what do you think?
Same.
What would you give
you
it for
made
the
a good
overall?
point. It's a bar, so if you're at the bar, you're like, should we get chicken wings or you know whatever? Oh, pizza. You want a quick slice, but other than that, if you're looking for actual pizza for on your lunch break or dinner or something, probably other places to go because it's just a slice of pizza, but it's pizza.
Yeah. So what would you give it though overall?
Oh yeah, 2.5 for sure. I'm middle of the road on this one all the way.
Yeah, so for me, same thing, at 2.5. You know, being that it's attached to the bar, I'm gonna say it's a great pizza for the bar. If you're drinking, you're having a good time, you're not gonna really care. If you were craving a pizza, it's gonna suffice your craving. If you're here on a Sunday morning, tailgating, drinking, having a good time, and you want some pizza, you could come here, and you're probably going to have a decent slice of pizza because you're drunk. If you're coming in just to come in and try it, I'm going to say no.
Yep.
I'm going to say maybe if you try a fresh slice, or you know, if you get a fresh pizza, it might be better. But it's a typical bar pizza. It's going to taste better when you're drunk or had a few drinks in you. That's going to make it taste better. But the overall look, even if I was drinking with friends and that, if we were at the bar drinking and they served me that, I'd be like, oh, really? Okay. So yeah, freshness can go a long way when it comes down to it. And there's some good conversation too now that could have been.
There was good stuff. Well, if it's any consolation, I watch a lot of Ari Shaffir on YouTube, and he's like, "We had the best conversation. I forgot to record."